Hello, beautiful Reinvention community. I hope you're ready for some news because I got a few updates. It's been a bit longer than usual because I was on a Carnival break. We celebrate Carnival here in the south of the Netherlands. So that's why I've been a bit away from the onlines for 5 days, I think. It's been amazing. I'm back now and I've got news for you. Carnival was great. It also gave me a few insights. I've still been on Skool, on Instagram, not that much. But on Skool talking to the community and still seeing like what I checked in every day a few times, what's everybody up to. So we missed the coffee hour. There will be one next week, regular time, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central European time. So that's just going to be back in the loop now. What I've noticed with Carnival, I kept doing my own exercises and check-ins like we do in the community every morning and evening. And something that came up for me a lot was obviously tradition. Carnival is a tradition. It's also something that is in our yearly loop that we work towards, look forward to. I've had a few friends from the UK that came over to celebrate it with us, which was a lot of fun, but also made me very appreciative of traditions like this. But it does take you out of your regular day-to-day life. It throws all the structure you have out of the window. All consistency is gone. I'm happy I still did my check-ins, like my creative days in the morning. But there's not much on the to-do list besides celebrating Carnival and getting through another day. So that made me think about the self-care challenge that I've been working on as well. I think this is most important, that you can keep a little foundation of your healthy habits when you go on a holiday or go through like a big thing like Carnival, which is, I always explain it like the whole city ends up in a bit of a different universe. You know, the standard roles of the politics are not there anymore. The roles that we have on our work are not there anymore. A boss is not a boss. It's just a fellow human being, which is why it's such an amazing celebration. It's also the opening of a new season. We're moving into spring season now. There's going to be a period of fasting, of Lent, that I'm a part of as well. So there's a bit of a religion, spiritual part, but it changes everything. Now that is for just a few days, and then Wednesday morning everything's back to normal, which takes a lot of time to adjust. For me, it's now Friday, so it took me like a day and a half, I would say, to get back into my regular structure, but also my regular mindset. We have a different mindset when we are in our day-to-day life than when you go on like a vacation or when you travel or when your whole, the setting around you changes. Self-care is still an important part of life. No matter what mindset you are in or what environment you are in, you need to take care of yourself. So that's also, I wanted to elevate the self-care challenge a bit with this insight that I had in the past week. So it's still going to be a 7-day challenge. I made it 7 days because self-care consists of 7 different categories. So that is your spiritual self-care, your physical self-care, mental self-care. There's 7 different categories that we will look into. And I wanted to make a bit of a connection to neuroscience. So how do we have things like these habits or the exercises that you've all seen in the 10-day Find Your Fire challenge? These are all based on neuroscience. And I wanted to have that extra layer in the 7 days of self-care challenge as well. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm recording videos, elevating the challenge a bit with extra exercises. So it's not only going to be an explanation and look into your self-care every day in these 7 categories, but also I'm adding a tool to every day. Some of them will be very similar to what we've worked on in the Find Your Fire challenge, but then specifically adjusted to look into that deeper layer of your self-care. So I'm super excited. It's going to take me a few days to completely finish it, but I want to have it online and available for all of you on Monday, so after the weekend. Also something that came up, because I took a little step back from the Skool community and I've been a bit of a lurker in my own community throughout the Carnival. I've posted a little bit, but just not as much. DM conversation still went on, so that was fun, and it got me still connected to the community, but it gave me a chance as well to see, or an opportunity to see, what is actually brewing with everybody in our community. Also on Instagram, there's been quite a lot of new followers that added or joined the Instagram community last week. And I got to see a bit more of what is everybody responding to, what comments are they leaving. And what I saw is that the main thing that comes up is career change. Career change, starting a business, looking for maybe a new direction to take your career in, or to add a personal passion to a current career. So I think that's also what we're going to focus on more in the Instagram, but definitely on the Skool community. How to have a successful career, or how to start a new business or grow your business into a successful one. It's also in the other communities that I'm a part of, that is the main topic that comes up. It's something, the posts that are about this, or the comments that are about these topics, are something that I click with a lot, connect with a lot. So I think it's good if we put that extra layer in the Skool community to have that as a main focus. So very curious to hear what all of you think about that. And I will also add that to the self-care tool to have this a part of it. It is a part of your self-care as well, your work, your passion, your hobbies. So yeah, I'm trying to have that as an extra plus to something that you can apply your self-care on as well. So that self-care challenge will be the first thing in the Tier 1 launch, where there will be more workbooks coming up. There will be the monthly goal setting sessions and evaluations as well. There will be group coaching. That's all going to be part of Tier 1. And this self-care challenge is the first thing. With that launch, I will also launch the Tier 1. Which we're not just gonna do like that for everybody. Of course, there's a bit of an announcement. This is the announcement, but I also wanted to play around with the price a little bit. So I'm gonna start with a €5 a month price for everybody that's now already in the Skool community. So that will be until sometime next week, maybe Monday. Maybe I'll stretch it up a few more days, because if we start the self-care challenge on Monday, I want to give all of you the opportunity to join that for a fair price. And if you've been a part of this community, of course, I want it to be very, very cheap for you, because you've been so supportive for me and everything that I'm building. So I want to give that support back. So I was thinking, let's start with a €5. We'll give that a bit of a week for everybody to join. And then I will up the price a little bit, probably to €15 the week after that. And then the end price will be 25 a month. So that's a monthly fee to have access to all those extra things. And there will be more challenges and more workbooks available over the next few months. I have a few ideas already, so I'm super excited to continue working on this. A little update on the Skool platform itself, because some of the people here in the community also have their own community, so they've seen it already, but sometimes either people miss it, or if you don't run your own community, these updates are not really, maybe as much for you, but also you don't have the idea that you don't really see it as much if you're not in like a Skooler community or a school building community. So there's been a super exciting release now, which is about the insights of Skool. So they've added something to the platform where you can really see where the traffic in Skool is coming from. So are the community members that join the community, are they actually from Skool, the platform itself? Are they coming from different groups? Did somebody invite them to the group that is already in the community? Or did they come from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, any other platform? Somehow they've managed to build this inside of the Skool platform, and it's something that is not very available on other platforms. You can do this with like a pixel to your website sometimes to see where is this traffic coming from. But it's apparently a very difficult thing. I'm not a computer scientist, so I have no clue, but they keep mentioning how difficult it is to build this in the platform, and also to have it connected to all other platforms. I love this so much. One, because it's going to give us a lot more insight of where traffic is coming from, which is very important information for me as somebody that runs a community, to see, are people on Instagram actually interested in joining, and are they active members after that? Or do we need to focus a bit more on YouTube? Is that where we have to put some extra content so that people can find Skool there? Skool's obviously a growing platform. I know that here in the Netherlands it's not very known yet. Maybe in Europe, I see a lot of people in the US are very onto it, and in Australia. So it's a bit different for different areas in the world. But especially here where I am with my fellow entrepreneurs here in real life, nobody knows about Skool yet. So I'm just screaming around the entrepreneurial communities here that it exists and how amazing it is. But I think this is also very interesting because it will give us some insight of where do we have to look for new members, but also how much value can we get out of that. And for now, but that's something I already knew. I did a first round of invitations when I started the community, and after that, most of you came from Skool itself. But it will be very interesting. The tier 1 is going to help me to also afford that extra paid subscription to Skool for the community, because you have like a €9 one and a €99 one. Which right now is possible, but a bit of a stretch financially for me to have all of that set in. I also want to have a moderator, a paid moderator for the community, to just make it possible for me to focus more on creating these workbooks, on creating the content and the challenges for all of you, and to have all my focus on like the one-on-one coaching and also the group coaching that will be there in tier 1. So an important part of that is that somebody else can help me or help the community with all the side moderating that needs to happen to have the community as active as it is now, to keep it as active, and to not, if I phase out, have all that energy phase out as well. Because I've seen that over the years happening in a lot of online communities and different platforms, and I do not want that. I definitely don't want to lose the connection to any of you or the community, but also for the community itself. It's so good to have somebody that just have this oversight, to be there to answer questions quickly. But I also feel like it will be very healthy if that's like a paid person, because then you can have full focus there for the community as well. So that is like the next plan, to have that in place. Step 1 for that, have the self-care challenge ready for all of you to start on Monday. I'm obviously going to join it myself as well, and to try it out with all of you. And on that tier 1 is going to be the first step to finally or eventually having that a paid moderator and have the community grow, and maybe a bit of an insight of how we can grow besides from Skool itself. All right, well, it's a long news already because there's a lot happened in the past few days. I'm excited for the new focus here on Skool. I'm excited to continue working and to have that self-care challenge ready on Monday. Started with all of you on Monday. So this is going to be the last few days that you can have some input, and I hope that you will all join me with that. Join me for that super cheap price of the tier 1. And if there's anything else that you guys need or any ideas that you have to grow this community with me, then please shoot, and I would love to hear all about it, either now in the community, in my DMs, or in our next coffee hour, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Love you all, and see you there!